Sometimes art is created not to tell a story or to even make a ton of money. Sometimes art is created just to pass a message, just one message slowly conveyed throughout its run. Oftentimes, the message comes down to a question that you ask yourself, like why do you draw and look back? Or why do you play in 100 meters? While Look Back is clearer and direct in sending its message, 100 meters has a different style. It goes over many personalities and their different worldviews on the same question, ultimately at the end coming to an answer that resonates not just with professional athletes, but with everyone who has ever played a sport at any level, even if it was just you and your friends in the colony playground. Because this movie is not about a journey to win a grand tournament, but just about an athlete's life and the contrasting emotions they feel throughout their life. It begins as a standard sports anime. Togashi, a boy born to run with naturally gifted speed, meets Komiya, who's sad and tired of life. He only runs to escape reality because doing anything more painful than reality helps him distract from it. Togashi sees this as him misusing running and introduces him to how much more it can be. Finishing a race faster than anyone can solve almost anything. Komiya, being a desperate child, grabs onto this and makes it his purpose to win medals. From here, you'd think they'll train and win tournaments together, and that is what this movie is about. And you'd be stupidly wrong, because the movie expands its horizon to so many different characters and their sporting lives. It's not just about Togashi and Komiya's careers, it's about athletes and their journeys. Both of them ate separately and lived different lives, meeting all kinds of athletes along the way. It's actually impressive how many stories and emotions the movie is able to pack through these characters. They all represent parts of an athlete's life. Nagami and Togashi show the pressure that comes with expectations and associating your self-worth with your results. Nagami is the son of an accomplished runner and Togashi was born with natural speed, leaving them in a position where they always have to win, or else what is their worth? People change in an instant based on their performance. Running is the only reason they were valued and not left alone. Tsuneda shows the frustration and jealousy of seeing someone younger than you be better and more passionate in the sport you want to be the best in. Kaido shows even if you do your best and give the sport everything you have, sometimes reality is just not in your control. External factors can affect your life, but you don't circumvent them, you find a way around them. He is the most interesting character in the movie because he brings a unique plotline about escaping reality and accepting yourself. Togashi becomes sluggish as he grows up, barely performing to maintain a contract, and to continue his career he needs to perform well in the next meet. This is where he meets Kaido and he explains how to escape reality. The first step is to fully accept it. Wandering around with your eyes open is still less dangerous than standing still with your eyes closed. The only way to reject your reality is to first know who you are and why you do what you do. Togashi thinks deeply about his reason to run, coming to a vague answer only to satisfy his mind. It was still enough to push him to regularly train again, but just a week before the meet, he injures his leg. Reality hits him hard. Now he either retires to become a coach or run at half his speed, just delaying the retirement. 25 years of his life come to an end. Just like that. He meets two kids running in a park and helps them with their technique. Realizing this is what he has to do for the rest of his life, he breaks down. His entire life, he gave everything to running. He sacrificed everything to the sport. And this is what he gets in return. You see real life sporting events and you see people crying tears of pain and joy, when logically you could just say, heads up mate, it's just a game, it's just a trophy, it's just a piece of metal. But it's not. It's years of intense training, it's your aspirations, your entire life's hopes and dreams. And yes, you may try again next next year or in 4 years, but in that moment you're so caught up that it feels like the world to you. And it's this feeling, this wave of despair that the scene captures so incredibly well. There's no background music, just him bawling and crying his heart out, letting the weight of this moment feel as heavy as it truly is. But while this did seem like him giving up on life, it was the opposite. After letting all his feelings out, Togashi was free. He accepted his reality. He was too deep in thinking about his life so far and what it will be after the meet. He was living in yesterday or in tomorrow, forgetting today, forgetting why he loves running. With that, he goes into the meet just to run and have fun, not expecting anything. This is the most hyped up race of the movie. It's the National Championships 100-meter final. Togashi, Komiya, Kaido, and all the nation's best runners are competing for the golden medal. The history of track and field is about to change. Who will be crowned as the fastest man? They get set, the whistle blows, and the movie ends. We never learn who wins the race. The movie has spent most of its runtime passing this simple message. Ultimately, why you play sports is not to win. For example, Komiya found his purpose in winning medals and setting records. Since that race against Togashi, he kept chasing that high. But if your only reason to keep going is winning, then what do you do once you lose? Kaido not only beats Komiya's record but sets the second fastest record in Japan's history. His record was broken by someone who doesn't even care about records. All of a sudden, he is questioning what the point of all this is. Even if in future he sets new records, what waits for him beyond that? Someone will eventually break every record he sets. So why even set those records? He gained nothing by being fast and lost nothing by being slow. So it all must have been for nothing. And if that's the case, then what's the point? Why does he even run? And the answer is obvious, cause it's fucking fun. Nothing beats the joy of giving it your all in what you love doing. The world sharpens and everything starts to shine. Yes, you may win or lose at the end, but that doesn't take away the sheer exhilaration of playing the sport itself. That is exactly why your backyard match feels not a bit less important than a World Cup final. Cause it's never about the trophy, it's about how you felt playing that match, how you felt scoring that tie-breaking goal at the 89th minute. Do you ever go, who cares, it's not an international game? Of course not, cause in that moment you pour every emotion your body could let out. Hope, glory, disappointment, setback, fatigue, satisfaction, frustration, achievement, along with every other feeling, you stuff every one of them into this one game and it feels like the world to you. That is also why we watch sports. You don't win any medal if your favorite team wins, but you still cry when they lose and celebrate when they win. At a core level, competition and tournaments are exciting for a spectator because you can weave in countless narratives into these games in a very short time span. Friendships, rivalries, redemption, downfall, legacy, every match becomes more than a scoreboard. It becomes something you can cherish and remember regardless of the result. As Togashi and Komiya start their sprint in the finale, we see them run as kids together, living in the moment, just having fun. Cause that is why they run.